Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to make this video today, man, just about tell you guys a little bit about me, about my background, what you can expect more from this page moving forward, and I'll give you a little brief summary of my day so far. So, I went to the gym, took my lunch break, went to the gym just like I always do, and if you've never heard of the force of average hit me today. So basically, I get to the gym. I went yesterday. I didn't see any notices that were posted, and I get there today, and the entire place is filled with electrical company stuff. They got a freaking helicopter loading up air conditioning units, putting them on the top, the roof of the building. Ultimately, the gym was closed. And if you've never heard of Force of Average, look that up. Go to forceofaverage.com, check it out. My buddy, my mentor, is the Force of Average king, and he'll tell you all about it, man. But I'm not letting it get me down, so I decided that you have to improvise, and I'm going to take a little walk, man. And I'm going to take a walk so I can share a little bit about my story, my history, and again, what you guys can expect more coming from this page. So, give you a little bit about my background, man. I have not always been in great shape. I've been involved in the health and wellness industry for 16, 17 years, man. I started off as a registered nurse, and then became a personal trainer, a fitness nutrition specialist, health coach. I've been a health coach almost for 10 years now, and that's what I do, man. Health and wellness is my passion, if you haven't noticed that by now. And so, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, man. It hasn't always been this easy. I just want you guys to know that. And if you're struggling with something, you're going through some challenges in your life, man, just listen, because we've all been there. Every person on Facebook has some shit going on in their life that they're struggling with. It might be their weight, it might be substance abuse, it might be a relationship, an abusive relationship. There's 1,000,001 things you might be struggling with right now. But the bottom line is this: you have to want to fix that for yourself. No one's going to do it for you. So, I'll give you a little bit about my background. I got in a lot of trouble in high school, elementary school, middle school, high school. Grew up in a single parent home for most of my childhood, and I was a little hellion, man. That's all I did was get in trouble, and my mom dealt with some alcohol abuse, and that was the household that she smoked in the house. That was the household I grew up in. My mom died at 49 years old, man. I was 25. I had just gotten married and met the woman of my dreams, my best friend in the entire world, my rock. And and then 2 months later, my world comes crashing down. My mom was 49. She was ill. She had advanced rheumatoid arthritis, but there was never a time where I thought she was going to die soon. It was just one of those. So I'll never forget. It was on September 11th. I was sitting in one of my very close friends' living room, watching my Lions play football, which is a whole nother miserable story in itself. So I'm watching the game. My freaking stepdad calls, man. Calls and says, "Jay, I'm going to get emotional talking about this shit, guys, because this is real, man." He says, "Jay, I need you to come out to the house." So what the hell could he be calling me for, man? How are you going to call me on the, halfway through the first quarter of opening weekend football? You need to come out to the house. Your mother's passed away. Imagine getting that call. Lived over an hour away from where I was at. Could drive myself out to my mom's house, man. All to go see her one last time dead in the bed, man. Sorry, guys. This shit's getting me, dude. So, in saying that, I want you to know if you're struggling with some shit, just know it's going to be all right, dude. Just know that, there's an answer. So, my mom passes away. My wife and I get married, and I turned to alcohol, man. That was my answer. That was the way that I was able to completely black out everything, every little memory that I had about my mom. And the more time that went on, I knew that it was an unhealthy habit to have, and I knew that it was starting to affect my health tremendously. At this time, I was a nurse, and I had all the tools at my disposal. I didn't need nutrition. I didn't need a fitness plan. I knew what the hell I should be doing, but I wasn't doing it. Kept going to the doctor. The doctor kept telling me, "Hey, man, your triglycerides are getting even higher. Your blood pressure's creeping up. Your cholesterol looks like shit. You might want to do something about it. I just wasn't ready. I didn't have the proper mindset. I was in no place, no thought pattern to even try to make a change. And so, you know, you lose a parent like that. You know, we all only have one mom and one dad. Some of us don't even know our parents. And if that's you, I'm sorry, man. But the reason I tell you that is because everybody's going through some kind of struggle, and ultimately I just want you guys to know there's an answer. There's always an answer, and I have a lot of good, valuable content coming to this page. And you know, really, like, you can see that my company's name is Dad Bod Health. I help a lot of people, but my primary focus is dads, because that's what I do. I'm a dad, and I embrace the hell out of it. So I decided that one day, man, I just needed to get my act together. I was living in a little town called Abilene, Texas, if some of you guys might know where that's at. And that was little for me because I came from a big suburb in Dallas, and I'd never been exposed to that kind of lifestyle, man. It was just, it was a very slow town for me, very minimal entertainment. My wife and I's entertainment for the night was going out to Chili's. I mean, if that's the best thing you got in town, man, the town sucks. So finally, the last year that we were there for 4 years as my wife went to pharmacy school. The last year we were there, finally decided I was going to do something. I had a gym membership there for free through her school, one of the best gyms I've ever gone to, and I just never used it. It was free for 3 years, never stepped in there one time. So I finally decided to get in there. I got working with the coach, and changed my life, man, and I've embraced my health and wellness ever since. There was some times where I'd gained some weight when I had my son, and I just knew that I didn't want to set a bad example for him, man. That was my primary objective, not only to get myself feeling better, but I didn't want to set a bad example for my son. And any of you guys listening, or if you eventually do listen to this to this video, just let that sink in. If your kids aren't a big enough motivator for you, you might need a gut check, man, because the last thing you want to do is set a bad example for your kid and let them grow up and be a lazy slob. If you're a lazy slob right now, there's answers, man. Just take the actionable steps you need to get your life in order, because at the end of the day, you got one life, man. One life. You're put on this planet once, and if you don't do something about it now, shit's gonna catch up to you, dude. I'm telling you right now. Like, if you think that extra 10 pounds or that extra 20 pounds, or maybe it's even 50 or 80 or 100 for some of you guys, don't feel overwhelmed. Just start taking steps, actionable steps now to do something about it. Because if you don't, I'm telling you right now, I've seen it over and over again. The piece of the story I didn't add in there was that I was a director of nursing in a nursing home, man, for 3 years in Abilene. So I went from working in ICU, saving lives, to essentially working in a long-term care facility where we don't save lives, we let them die. And there was a lot of young people in there, man. Like, I'm talking some people as young as in their 50s, diabetes, had their legs amputated, and now are bedbound in a freaking nursing home because they didn't take care of themselves. This is real shit, guys. Like, if you don't act and you don't do something about your health soon, and you just let it keep drifting away, that 10 pounds is going to turn into 20. And then it's going to turn into 40. Then you're going to look back and be like, why the hell didn't I do something sooner? Like, that's all you have to do is take steps today. So I'm going to be bringing you guys a lot of information to this page. A lot of it's informative stuff just on what the Dad Bod. If you missed my 5-part series there, it's really on what the Dad Bod's doing to your body right now. Sorry about this sun, trying to get my angles right here. But it's really just about what your Dad Bod might be doing to your, or not might be, is doing to your body right now. I know society's really kind of tried to embrace the Dad Bod, making people feel comfortable in their own skin. You know, society's soft. Let's be honest. If we're going to tell people that being fat is okay, it's okay mentally, right? But physically, it's not okay, guys. I'm telling you right now, even an extra 10 pounds will start to take a toll on your body. You know, and especially for a dude, if you got extra belly fat, man, that shit is going to you are going to get diabetes at some point. That's the facts of life. And so, unless you want to be relying on medications for the rest of your life because you didn't act on it now's the time, man. Step up to the plate, dude. Like, I can help you. There are plenty of people, even if I'm not your cup of tea, that's fine. My mission and goal is to help as many dudes as I can. But if I get it, I'm not for everybody. Somebody's, some people have personalities that don't match mine. If you don't like the fact that I say shit every few words, I get it, man. But the bottom line is, I just want you to get something out of what I'm saying today, but also get something from the page, because I have a lot of plans for the page. There will be a lot of content coming to this page. And if you can take anything away from it, man, just little steps, little actionable steps that you can put into your lifestyle, because I don't want you to go through some of the stuff that I've seen. And I'm going to tell you right now, the number one leading cause of death in men is heart disease. That little pooch around your stomach that society wants you to believe is cute, and now women are saying, I prefer a dude with a dad bod because it's cute and comfy and I can rest my head on it. Get the hell out of here with that shit. Don't tell me that you feel the same about a woman. I get that people are attracted to different things, but we all know that extra fat is not attractive. And if you feel that way, or if you think that it is, I respect your opinion. But ultimately, it's just not healthy, and that's my point. Is that whatever you're attracted to it means nothing to me. But I'm talking about the health factor, and the bottom line that if you don't get your act together now, it's not going to be a pretty picture for you. Now, I'm going to give you a little story about when I used to work in ICU. We had a guy coming in there, 38 years old. I'm 38 years old right now. I'll be 39 next month, and I'm telling you right now, we had a 38-year-old guy come in there. Open heart surgery, had 2 vessels repaired because he was smoking and eating hamburgers almost every day of his life. You know what he did? He came in, he got the surgery, had the 2 vessels repaired. We call it a CABG. It's a coronary artery bypass graft. He had two vessels repaired, and a week later he comes up to the hospital to tell everybody hi and thank you, and the son of a bitch was smoking a cigarette on the way up to the hospital. Like, do you not understand that that's probably not what you should be doing? You were 38, bro. I don't even know if that guy's still alive at this point. That was quite some time ago. If you already had a predisposition for heart disease and you were smoking and eating cheeseburgers at 38 after you had heart surgery, chances are you might not be alive right now. And I have no idea what's going on in that guy's life. And excuse me for calling him SOB, but it just pissed me off to see that. Like, you came in and got a very, very high dollar, very dangerous procedure done. Not dangerous, but high-risk procedure done. And what do you decide to do after you leave the hospital? Is just go smoke more cigarettes and eat cheeseburgers? Like, we knew, one of the staff members knew the dude and was telling us about his lifestyle. Guy went right back to eating McDonald's and smoking cigarettes because he was fixed. So the only reason I tell you this story is because these are things that I've seen. And you can imagine, as an ICU nurse, I've seen a lot of stuff, probably more than any of you guys ever want to see. My blood, guts, and glory days are over, as I'd like to call them. But I have zero plans to ever go back and do that again. I've seen enough in the 6 years that I did that for most people to see an entire lifespan. So, but I share these stories with you mainly for the guys, man. Like, this shit is real. Like, get your act together, guys. It's really not that hard. There's a simple process. You just have to take steps. Start taking some of the tips and little bits and nuggets that I'm giving you on my personal page and put those into play, man. I'm going to give you good information. It's not rocket science. You know what you should be doing, but accountability is huge. And if you need that, I'm here to help. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about my story today, tell you guys, share what I've been through, because at the end of the day, I know every single one of you is going through something or has gone through something in the recent past that has rocked your world. And losing my mom at an early age like that was not easy. As you can see, my emotions still get the best of me sometimes, but everybody's time will come when they lose a parent. And I don't envy anybody in that position, but the fact that I now have experience with that hopefully will help when my wife's mom passes away, which I don't have any plans for anytime soon. I don't mean to say that with any bad intentions. I'm just having that experience will help me be by her side and hopefully be the rock that she's been for me throughout my life. So or throughout our marriage. So anyway, I'm getting to the point now where I'm ranting, but I really wanted to just give you guys that information, a little bit about my background, and really let you know what's coming to this page. I think you'll get a lot of good information from it. Some of it will be eye-opening. Some of it will be like, holy shit, I better get my stuff together. Some of it will be just informative stuff that can benefit you moving forward. So take some of the steps you'll get from here. If you ever have questions, concerns, if you want any information about any of my programs, reach out, message me. I'm very quick to respond. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll be in touch, man. Sorry about the little rant there at the end, but you can tell, and I'm very passionate about this. That's why I do what I do, and I just want to help as many of you guys as possible, man. So if you get anything from this, good for you, and start implementing some of it so that we can get you where you want to be. And y'all have a fantastic rest of the day, and we'll be in touch, man.